Hey there, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good day. Lovely to have you here for the self-love experience. And I have my energy back today, but I should be resting still. I had all these projects half started in the fridge for baking and such, and baking and making and cooking. And so since my energy was back, I decided I would go ahead and take care of some of that. And part of that was I'd made some almond milk and I didn't get it strained off quick enough. And so it was kind of bitterish. And so I strained it off and I'm going, well, this doesn't taste that great for milk. Maybe I should bake with it. Because it had dates in it for sweetening and some vanilla, and I just didn't feel okay with it being raw. So, cooking it, that kills everything, right? Well, not everything, but in this instance, what was needed. So I added some pumpkin and a bunch of spices and thought, oh wow, this tastes like pumpkin pie. Added some raisins and I was eating it as pudding, and I'm thinking, I really want to make a pumpkin pie. And I still had the meal from the almonds once I'd separated it out. So I'm going, well, I want to make some crackers. And then I realized, oh my gosh, my sister had mentioned she uses to make a pie crust. It's like, duh. So I go online and I look at, I look for some recipes to go off of. Because for me, recipes are kind of like a roadmap. It shows me where the destination is, some of the routes to get there, and then I cook and bake like my grandmother. And I was watching her bake one day, and I was asking her about baking, and she said, well, I bake by guess and by golly. I'm like, what's that? And it was either her mom or her grandmother that taught her this. And so who knows how long of a lineage there is about this by guess and by golly. And it's, well, I guess I'll put in a cup of that, and by golly, a teaspoon of this. And just do that throughout the recipe, knowing what the general roadmap is. If you're having a cup of flour, you may want, depending on what type of flour, a couple of teaspoons of baking soda, or baking powder, not baking soda, and like a quarter teaspoon of baking soda if you're going to have some lemon or some vinegar, something, or sour milk to provide lift. Those are some of the things that give you lift in bread and muffins. And I started cooking when I was 4. I did oatmeal and eggs when I was 4. And so I've been cooking all my life, basically. And so I'm smelling cinnamon. Oh, it smells so good. So I decided to just be creative today instead of dance, and because my body is not really happy right now. Hey, Maggie, good to see you. I spent 36 hours basically flat, where I could barely do anything. You saw me go live for maybe 3 minutes yesterday. And once the pie comes out of the oven, I'm done. I'm done for the rest of the day. I even have this afternoon or this evening off because I don't have my usual class on. I have it three Sundays a month. So it's off tonight. Yay. Yeah, so we'll see how the gluten-free vegan pumpkin pie comes out. And made with almond milk, fresh made almond milk. Well, yeah, almond milk and pumpkin puree from Trader Joe's, and lots of spices. And I used arrowroot instead of cornstarch because corn doesn't get along with me well. Plus, arrowroot is like neutral in flavor, so that's pretty cool. And I'll do a picture later. I could probably take this with me, show you what it looks like in the oven. Let's see, because it's got a nut crust, so I have it covered with some parchment paper, though I might make a foil hat for it. But it looks like it might be setting up, which is exciting. That was one of my fears. It's like, oh, it's not going to set up. So I did the arrowroot instead of cornstarch. I'm not even sure I even have cornstarch in the house anymore because I use arrowroot and potato starch, tapioca, those types of things. So I still have a mess in the kitchen, and that's just fine. I'm okay with that. I will get to it eventually. But now that's oh, Thanks, Maggie. Yeah, that's how I'm living myself today. I'm baking by guess and by golly, and I also I had some I had a friend here, and we did some juicing. So I had some juice pulp, and I wanted to make some. Oh, genetically modified? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't like the way it tastes. And corn it's not a good thing for me, for my body. Um, yeah, and it's organic arrowroot too, so even better. I think I recently bought a bunch of arrowroot powder or flour or whatever, and it was not organic. I should probably just take it back, but because I was thinking I didn't have any, but I had purchased a nice bit of the organic arrowroot at my local co-op. Yeah. So using veggie pulp from juicing to make bean burgers, vegan gluten-free bean burgers. It's the first time that I've tried using, because I was using gluten-free oats, but my body responded to it. So it's like, oh, even though it says it's gluten-free, my body still said, we don't want this. So this time I used quinoa flakes with cream of buckwheat. So half and half to make half a cup of those, and added it to a cup of pulp. And I decided to go ahead and use baked refried beans because they're pintos and hold together better. Then I don't have to squish them down. And I have a lot of those because they have rice in them, which my sister can't eat. So she gave me those. And let's see, lots of great spices. So chili powder and some chipotle, couple shakes of chipotle, which love the chipotle, chili and onions, garlic. Yeah, fry them up in some avocado oil. Very, very yummy. So I've been loving myself by baking today, and it's not procrastinating because it's Sunday. So I'm letting go of the work thing to get started again tomorrow and work on my tasks and rewards so that I can get through my day and get some more people signed up for the relationship release group program that I'm going to start on the 11th of November. So it's coming up soon. And if you have a relationship that you'd like to release and be part of a program that is being created to be an online program and feel that your story could help somebody else, definitely PM me. And I look forward to chatting with you. And I think that's about all I have for today. Maggie, it's been really super awesome having you here. And yeah, I'm really glad like I said, I don't even think I have cornstarch. If I do, I use it like for powder, like baby powder instead of baby powder, but I haven't needed it for that purpose in a very long time. So it's probably long gone. Anything else? Yeah, burned myself though, but I have lots of aloe vera plants. So I've been burning myself a bunch lately. Well, I guess I've been baking more too. Not paying attention when baking. Alrighty, so have an amazing day, and love yourself, and enjoy whatever it is that's happening in your life. Find what's working about it, and if you're needing rest, instead of having that extra cup of coffee or another bar of chocolate, lay down and take a nap. Do a 20-minute nap or an hour, or whatever your body needs. And we've just changed. I guess not just. We're about a month into fall, and here it feels like we're just changing, but we're coming up on the time change, so that's gonna mess with your rhythms too. So if you need rest, give yourself some rest. Hey, Bobby! Oh my gosh, it's so lovely to see you. I was just gonna hop off. I was baking pumpkin pie, a gluten-free, vegan, very spicy cinnamon and cloves and ginger and nutmeg. Yeah, lots of cinnamon pie. So using the by guess and by golly method that I learned from my grandmother, using recipes as roadmaps. But lovely to see you. I actually am gonna go rest while I'm waiting for the pie to bake, and then I'll have the dishes to clean up. I don't have someone to clean my dishes for me, but that's okay. It's part of baking, right? So have an amazing Sunday or Monday if you're in Australia, and go love yourself. Take care.